Yeah, hello.
Hello, can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I didn't record the first one. I forgot to. The first one did not be recorded. The first one did not record.
How are we going to do for the rest people?
And then they miss it. That is the advantage of attending meetings. If you don't like attending, meaning that you can miss something. Okay, so when it comes back, as I said, from this point, you will see that we are breaking out from what? From the highs. Up you are getting it, meaning that the highs and the what? Getting low.
Week.
Yeah, getting weak, right? So if price breaking out from the highs, we are strongly going on for what? Going in for buying opportunities. So we can decide to what? Ignore internal structures, right? We can try to ignore the internal structure. That is, if you want to ignore the internal structure, that is whereby you have something to do. So you can just avoid treating the internal structure because the internal structure sometimes it gives a lot of noise. I hope you are getting me. When we are internal structure, it sometimes give a lot of noise because looking at this point, you may say that we break and then later you will start maybe placing a set trade here. Later on, price will pull back to your entry point and start pushing. You may think, oh, okay, we have a double top. Let me try to find a trade point, maybe around here. You get to that point, price will be what? Taking your stop loss. And sometimes when your stop loss gets hit, you like you feel sad, right? And that one also can lead you to growing the account because you may try to place in a trade anyhow without reading the chart. I hope you are getting it because you may see that okay, price are break up from this point, and all of a sudden we can see price going down again. You may think, okay, we have a bearish order block here, price respecting. Let me try to sell here. As soon as you take a sell trade here, price will start pushing to the upside again. So you will be like, you will be out from the mood. I hope you are getting me. That is why sometimes we try to exercise patience to what? Identify where the strong points and then the weak points. So if you're able to identify the weak points and then the strong points, that the only when you can what setting your alert, be waiting. Okay, let me see something from the chart, and I'll start be going on for the strong chart. So you can see that price now breaking out from the highs, meaning the highs are weak. So it's not good for looking for what certain opportunity unless you know what you are doing. Because if I hit your stop loss and started taking your losses, started taking losses, you will find it difficult to trade. You're going to increase your loss size, whereby it can lead you to grow your account. It's emotional. I hope you are getting me. So always when you try, if
Yes, sir.
price pulling to the upside, we always want to what trade buying opportunities, right? So if you come back to the downward, you can clearly see that if price is what trading down or giving us a downtrend, the lows are what weakened, right? So the strong high, the strongs are what the highs. So we always trade the highs, but we don't trade what the lows. I hope you are getting me. Okay, so we have trend changing, right? We have changing of trend. Let me see if I can delete everything from it. We have trading of trends, changing of trends, sorry. Yeah. We have changing of what? Trends, right? So if you look at this point, we can clearly see that from this area, price is giving us what higher highs and higher lows, right? And as price is giving us developing higher highs and higher lows, we can clearly see that the highs have been what weakened, right? We have a week of the highs. So if price want to change direction, we want to see price breaking out from what one of the string high, right? Where the strong low. If we're in the uptrend, price pulling to the higher highs and higher lows. If there is a change, we want to see price breaking out from what? From the high, the strong low. If price able to break out from the strong low, that is only when we can identify price as what changing direction. Hope you are getting me. Meaning that if we having something like this, a high, a low, a high, right, and then we have equal low, and we break out from this point. This is nothing, right? It's not. Let me do it where we have a high, we have a low, we have a high, we have a low, and then we have equal price, and then we break out. So if we break out from this point, this this is not a string low. Why? Because it's not a strong low. Our strong low that holding the price at this point. Why? Because this high, this price, it failed to give us what? A high. We want to see a breakout before we can identify this one as our string low. So if you have something a core price like this, that is not what a string low. So if you look at our chart here, or if you look at this thing here, you can clearly see that from this point we got what we got equal price here. That doesn't mean we have shift of market structure, right? The breakout here that doesn't tell us that we are in the a continuation or a change of market structure. I hope you are getting me. It tells us that it's just a first confirmation that price is what giving trying to change a trend. It's a first an evidence. Before we can say we have changed, we want to get a breakout from what? From the low that able to give us what? A swing high. So from this point, we can clearly see that from this low, we created this high. I hope you are getting. From this low, we get this high. So before we can get a shift of market structure, so from this point coming here, we have this low and we have this high, we have this low, meaning that whatever going on inside here is just an internal structure. So whatever is going on here is just an internal structure, right? So before we can call it a shift of market structure, we want to see price trading below. I hope you are getting. Before we can say price is what changing, we want to see price trading below. So we can clearly see from here that price breaking the market structure here. So we got a shift of what market structure. So as soon as we got something like this, that's only where we can what identify our point of interest and start what looking for shorting opportunity. So if it happen in that way, then our swing highs are going to be protected, right? Meaning that highs are not going to be breaking out. We want to see price trading below our swing highs, meaning our swing highs are going to be what? They're strong. So looking at this point, we can clearly see that now the lows have been what breaking. So from this point, the lows are what the weak price have been what breaking out. But if you look at this point, we can clearly see that we have a strong high here because this high give us this low. We got a break of market structure here. So if price break out from that point, we consider as what a shift of market structure. So from that point, we are going to looking for buying opportunities. I hope we get it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. So from this point of breaking of markets and shift of market structure, then the demand zone you enter. So if you take a trade there, at one point do you know will you now leave the market?
The advice I would give you is that whenever, let's say, if we have a high and low, you must always be taking your profit from the next high or even exact point.
Okay, sir.
This is because we having a small amount of money. We cannot stay in for a very long time up here, okay, because we don't know where price is going to reverse. So imagine if you place a buy trade here, right? And price is retracing, you created a high here. Price retracing, it can sometimes pulling back, taking all your profit. right? And even come back to your entry level again before it will start pulling to the upside. And if it happens, like sometimes it can even come back and give you a weak break, hitting your stop loss, which is liquidity has been grabbed, because if it hit your stop loss and continue pushing to the upside, it's considered liquidity. I hope you are getting me. So always try to be taking your profit either the next high or even your first TP might be here, right? You take your first TP at the same point because price can give us a double price and being continuation to the downside, right? So when you take your first TP here, then you adjust your stop loss, or you can take partial profit, right? When you place a trade, maybe you place 0.02. When price get to this point, you can close 0.01 from it and be adjusting your stop loss to what see if price will break out. But remember to take all your profit from the next swing high, so that if you get that swing high, we're going to get, maybe you can find another trade opportunity from there. Then you start taking profits more like that.
Okay, so immediately you just get the rejection from the next swing high, you can take your profit.
Yeah, you can take your profit from there. You just place your TP right above the swing high. I hope you are getting me. You place your TP above the swing high so that when price gets to that point, you like, if there's a retracement, you are not going to be like worrying yourself, right? Unless maybe you are trading from maybe higher time frame, whereby in the higher time frame you are going for the next high on the higher time frame. So in that case, you're going to adjust your stop loss using 5 minutes time frame, right? Okay, I am going to try to give you something on let's try to on the 1st April. Yeah, let's try to look at something here. Looking at this chart, right? Looking at this USD from the April 2021, like 2021 coming, right? We could see that we have a, from the chart, we were having this thing here. We have a break of market structure from this point, right? We got a break of market structure. That means this point here is our swing high, right? So if we got a swing high here, yeah, this point is our swing high. Now we got a retracement. That means this is our swing low, right? So from this point, our trading range is between this high, this low, right? Is between this low and what? And this high. That is what our trading range. That means if price able to break out from this swing high here, we are no more in a downtrend. But fortunately, we break out from this high, this low, meaning that we are in the continuation of what? Downtrend. So since price able to break out, I'm trying to show you the reality chart. Breaking out from this high here, we now got what? A swing high. What is the most high here? You can see that this one is higher than all of them, right? So this will serve as what? Our swing high, right? Recently. So if price give us a pull, then we consider it as our low. So looking at this price, we can clearly see that from this point, we got price been trading above the candlesticks, right? So we have a swing low here, right? So now our trading range will be between this area, right, and on this area, right? And if you look at it, you can clearly see that we got a breakout from this swing low, meaning that this is our swing high, right? This is our swing high. This is our swing high, and now we can clearly see that from this point to price is trading. So we got a swing low. This is our swing low, right? This is our swing low. So for this swing low, we don't know where the swing low is going to be end. And we're now knowing that from this high, from this low, now this is our swing high. So if price break up from this high, we are no more in a downtrend, but we are in what? Uptrend. So let's see if price can be breaking out from that point. We want to see a body close from that high or that low. Now we got a body close. So when we got a body close like this, meaning that we are no more in what? A downtrend, but price is changing to the upside. I hope you are getting me. So from this point, we want to see price. So from this point, now this will serve us what? Our swing low, right? This is our swing low, right? This is our swing low. So let's see where we will get our swing high because we don't know. You can see this one. This area is not a pullback. Why? Because you will see that we have a candlestick, right? You can clearly see that inside a candlestick, none of them able to what? Close below our swing high, our swing, this candlestick. If you're able to get price a candlestick closing below this candlestick, then we can say we got a pullback. Can you hear me? How we can all hear
I can
me?
hear.
I can hear you, sir.
You can see my title.
Yes, we can see your screen
Yes, sir.
now.
Okay. So in this case, this is not our what do you call it? This is not a pullback, but it's a pause in price action. Don't forget. That is why I try to show you this so that you are not going to get yourself confused. This is not a pullback, it's a pause in the price action. So let's see where we get. So we still don't have a swing high, right? Because we are not seeing a pullback. So let's see what price will play, how price will play. Yeah, we now got a swing high. Don't forget to accept this area too is a pause. We now got a price, a candlestick that been what? Trading below this point. So since we got that point, then we can mark this area as our swing high. So now price is trading in between our ranging rate is this high and what? And this low. That is our trading rate, meaning that if price able to break out from this point, we are no more in an uptrend, but we are in a downtrend. If price break out from here, but we want to see these lows have been what? Continue protecting to what? Or a breakout. So let's see. Yeah. We got a body close, right? So as soon as we got a body close above our swing high, meaning we have a swing low. So this point, what's the low? Yeah, this is the low. So here is our what? Our swing low for now. So now our trading range what? Will between these two. We don't have high because price is not started giving us a pullback. So we don't know a high here. So let's see how price will play. Okay, we have a high because we got a nice pullback. So this is our high here, right? We have a high here. So our trading range is between this high and what? And this low. So let's see how price will play. We got a break from high. You can clearly see that price not able to break out from this low because it is going to continue pulling to the upside. So we now have a pullback. We have a breakout. Now, what is the most low here? We can clearly see that this is the most low, right? So this will be what? Our trading range. So now our trading range will going to be what? Between this area, this low here. So if price trading below this low, we are no more in the uptrend, right? So let's see, we don't have a high because price is not yet giving us what? A pullback. So let's see. Okay. Okay, we now got a high, right? Because we have a pullback and multiples of candlestick here. So this is our high. So now our trading range is between this high here and between this high here, right? And then this low. So we don't want to see price breaking this low, but we want to see by breaking the highs, because the highs are weak for now, because we want to, so at this point, we will continue looking for buying opportunities. So let's see if price is going to break high or low. Yeah, we got a breakout. So whatever, don't forget yourself, whatever will happen between the range, the trading range, is just an what? Internal structure. Don't forget yourself. That is why I'm trying to mark our trading range. So now we have a low, right? So we have this low here, but we don't have a high, right? So we don't want to see price breaking up from this low. We don't have a high yet. So let's see. As soon as we get a pullback, then we get a high, then we have a trading range. Okay. Yeah, we now got a pullback. So we have this high, right? So now our trading range is between this high and this low, right? So we don't want to see price breaking out from the low, but we want to see price breaking out from the high, because the highs are weak for now. So let's see what will happen again. Whatever will happen, so you can clearly see that in this case here is just an what? Internal structure. You can clearly see that we have a higher high, we have a high lower lows and lower highs in between here. It's just an internal structure, because our trading range is this point and this point. So we don't have a shift of market structure. Let's see what will happen. We can clearly see that price what? We break out, we got a body close, so we got another swing low, right? So this is our swing low, but we don't have a high, right? We don't have a high because there's no pullback. Yeah, we now got a pullback, so this is what? Our high. So our trading range is between this area and this area. So let's see. Whatever will happen in between is just an internal structure. We got a body close, right? So we break off market structure from this point. So meaning that we have a low. What is the most low here? Yeah, this is the most low. We got a low. So our trading range is between this low. For now, if it is low, we don't want to see this low being breaking out. Okay, we got a high because we have a pullback. So this is our high. So from this point, yeah, let's continue. Okay, we got, now you can clearly see that the strong high has been what? Breaking out. I hope you are getting me. You got a breakout from this strong high, meaning that we have got a shift of market structure. So what we want to see is that we want to see price giving us a pullback maybe to this level and then being continuation to the downside, coming back and being continuation to the downside. We don't want to see price breaking up from the high, because we break up from the most swing high. So now the lows are going to be what? Weak. So let's see if price can come back to maybe if we are now analyzing the chart, maybe we find a trade opportunity from this point. So let's see what will happen. Yeah. Okay. A fail to get into our point of interest because we got a breakout again, right? We can clearly see that we have this swing low, because as soon as we get a pullback, this will serve as a swing low, right? So now, since we got a breakout, our trading range will be between this point and then whatever high we create. So for now, if you want to identify your trading opportunity, yeah, we got a breakout again. Well, let's see. We don't want to see price breaking out. This will be our trading point whereby we will take a trade. So price in our point of interest now. Let's see if price will break. Okay, you can clearly see that the Apple couldn't hold for long. We got a breakout from this swing high, right? We got a shift of market structure. So we are in the what? Uptrend again, right? So this is our swing low. don't confuse yourself, right? If you are seeing something like this, don't confuse yourself. Now we got a pullback. This will be our swing high. So our trading range will be between this high and this low. Let's see. Let's continue doing the example. Yeah, whatever will happen inside is just an internal structure. Don't forget. So whatever is going on right now is internal structure. Don't forget yourself. We got a breakout, right? So we have a breakout here. So meaning that this is our swing low. So we don't want to see price breaking out. If price breaking out from that point, you can clearly see that from this area, as soon as we break out from this side, you see that price is not trading below this the protective low until we get a breakout. Let's see what will happen again. We don't have a high. Okay, we got a high. So this is our swing high. So now our trading range is between that point and this point. So let's see. Yeah. You can clearly see that this price not able to break out. It just is first evident that tells us that price might what changing the trend. That doesn't mean we have changed, right? Because it's just an internal structure. Let's see what will happen. What happened? You can clearly see that later on we got a break from here, right? You may think you got a shift of market structure or double top as well, so price is going to pull the downside. But you see that we got a break from the top side, right? Because we are still. So now our trading range will be between here. This will be our low, right? This will be our low. So let's see what will happen again. Yeah, we now got a shift of market structure. So from this point, we don't want to see price. So now we are going to looking for buying opportunity, right? So this point, maybe here will be our trading zone. That's whereby we may take a trade. Let's see what will happen there. So we are in the trade. Let's get into our point of interest. Yeah, we got a break of market structure again. Yeah, can you see that we have a trade here? Now we can clearly see that from that point to we have a supply here, meaning that here too can be our trade of our point of interest. You can see that from this position that we created this, so you need to take your profit. That's what I mean here. You have to take all your profit because you don't know where price is going to trade. But price can be what? Start pulling to the upside, breaking, or it can even come back maybe here before continuation. But if you take your profit and place it again, you can see that you save something. Let's see what will happen. You see price get into that zone. Whatever will happen inside is just an internal structure. Whatever going on right now is just an internal structure. We got a break. We got a break. We got a break. Now, this will be our swing high. So from this point, I hope you are following me. I'm trying to give you more examples so that you get to understand it well. From this point, maybe you can identify your trade, your point of interest maybe around this area for the first time. Let's see. Yeah, we got a pullback. So this will be our swing low for now. This is our swing low. So our trading rate between that point and this point. Let's see. Price breakout. So price didn't get to this point. So here will be right now, here will be our swing high. Yeah. So you can clearly see that price is what always be what doing what we said. I hope you are getting me. So it's just a matter for you to be able to identify your swing highs and or swing lows. So if you look at this point, you can clearly see that we now got a shift of market structure. So from this point, price can start pulling towards the upside. Let's see. Let's pray so that you see how price is pushing to the upside from this point. Let's see. Yeah, we got a break again, meaning we're still in the down move. We got a shift of market structure. Yeah. Well, so from this point, we got a shift of market structure. See how price is going to push to the upside down. We got a shift of market structure. Yeah. So as soon as the price get a breakout, meaning that we have changed. We have changed. Okay. So we will end here, and then we will continue maybe later on. I hope you get it. Or do you have any questions?
It's okay. Just for us to watch the video again.
Okay, but the first video, I don't think you get it. I didn't record. Sorry. Okay, we'll end here. May God bless you for joining. Go put it in practice, master on it, and see what will happen to you. Okay.
Are we still having?
Mohammed, do you have any question?
So are we still having class today?
Yeah, it is very important topics that you need to be able to identify it all the time, because if you're not able to identify your market structure, forget, you can't trade. You can't.
So are we still having class today?
I don't think so.
That first video would have been of serious help to us, but since you say you didn't record it.
Yeah, okay, I'll try and see if I can record my own, send you.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. We will end here. Please, okay. Don't forget, you just put everything in practice. Try to identify the market structure for yourself and see what will happen. Okay, bye.